I don't think that we can ever have peace with my family unless the truth is out there.
For years, Prince Harry had been at the center of whispers that questioned his very identity. Royal bastard and not Charles' son screamed tabloid headlines, each word cutting deeper than the last. The weight of the rumors had become unbearable, casting a shadow over every aspect of his life. Despite the love and support from Meghan, the whispers refused to die, feeding on speculation and spreading like wildfire. But this wasn't just about gossip anymore. It was about his peace of mind, his children, and the legacy he'd leave behind. Harry knew the only way to silence the storm was to confront the rumors head-on. He made a decision that would send shockwaves through the royal family: a DNA test. As the day of the test approached, Harry's mind was a battlefield. The stakes were monumental. What if the results confirmed the whispers? What would that mean for his relationship with his father, Prince Charles, or his place in the royal lineage? His heart raced at the thought. He feared losing the family he'd known his entire life, but was determined to seek the truth. Walking into the private clinic, the air felt thick with tension. His hands trembled as he signed the forms, his mind replaying every cruel headline and hushed whisper he'd ever heard. With Meghan's comforting words echoing in his ears, he finally mustered the courage to sit down. The technician approached with the swab, and for a moment Harry froze. As the sample was taken, his thoughts spiraled. What if this simple act opened a Pandora's box that would forever change his life? What if it shattered the fragile foundation he'd spent years building? Yet, despite the fear, one thing was clear: he had to know. As Harry handed over his DNA sample, he couldn't help but wonder if this would bring closure or open a Pandora's box of shocking revelations. The whispers about Prince Harry's paternity didn't begin overnight. They were born in the chaotic years of Princess Diana's troubled marriage to Prince Charles. The rumors, once hushed and whispered behind closed doors, became public fodder when Diana's life and her relationships were laid bare before the world. Central to these speculations was her alleged affair with James Hewitt, a dashing cavalry officer who reportedly grew close to Diana during her most vulnerable years. The media latched on to the striking resemblance between Harry and Hewitt, with their red hair becoming a focal point of tabloid speculation. Could this be Diana's secret love child? Became a headline that refused to fade. Despite Hewitt later confirming that his relationship with Diana began 2 years after Harry's birth, the tabloids were relentless. Facts took a backseat to sensationalism, and the public was eager for scandal. Diana's emotional candidness only fueled the fire. In her infamous interview where she admitted, "There were 3 of us in this marriage," the world learned of the cracks in her relationship with Charles. This revelation gave the media carte blanche to explore every rumor surrounding Diana's private life, including her connection to Hewitt. The royal family's response, or lack thereof, only added fuel to the fire. While Buckingham Palace was no stranger to keeping silent on controversial topics, this refusal to address the rumors head-on left a void that the tabloids gleefully filled. For years they speculated and theorized, painting Harry as the outsider in a family known for its rigid traditions and unwavering control over its narrative. The implications for Harry were devastating. He grew up watching his life dissected in newspapers and on television screens. As a boy, he couldn't escape the whispers in school corridors or the stares from strangers questioning if he truly belonged in the royal fold. The rumors were more than a personal attack. They were an assault on his very identity. Even as Harry stepped into adulthood, the headlines didn't stop. Photos comparing him to Hewitt circulated with captions like, "The truth they don't want you to know." These speculations impacted not just Harry, but also his relationships with his father and brother. Every royal event seemed clouded by the lingering question: was Harry truly a Windsor? The media's fixation on Diana's personal life was relentless, and Harry bore the weight of that obsession. With each passing year, the rumors evolved into a narrative of their own, a story the world seemed desperate to believe. But, as whispers grew louder and the tabloids grew bolder, Harry's world was about to be shaken in ways no one could have imagined. The relentless rumors about his paternity didn't just exist in the headlines, they seeped into every corner of Prince Harry's life. From the moment he could understand the whispers around him, a weight began to grow on his shoulders. It wasn't just that the public speculation that hurt, it was the personal doubts those rumors began to plant in his mind. Who was he? Did he truly belong in the family he had always known? Trust became a scarce commodity for Harry. The constant public scrutiny left him feeling exposed and guarded, unsure of who he could confide in without his words being twisted and used against him. Even within the walls of the palace, he struggled to shake the paranoia that someone, somewhere, might use his struggles as a tool for scandal. Every glance, every casual comment, felt like it could hide a deeper judgment or betrayal. Anxiety became a constant companion. Simple public appearances felt like stepping into a lion's den, with photographers and reporters eager to capture a moment of vulnerability. Even as he tried to carry on the duties expected of him, there was always that nagging feeling. People weren't looking at him as a prince, they were examining him, searching for proof that he didn't belong. Oakland, Gaia, Thompson. His relationship suffered the most. The rumors didn't just hurt Harry, they strained the bonds between him and his family. His connection with his father, Prince Charles, became more complicated, with the paternity questions casting shadows on what should have been moments of fatherly pride. His bond with Prince William also felt the pressure, as the media's narrative of Harry being the outsider drove an invisible wedge between the brothers. Friends, too, often kept their distance, unwilling to be caught in the whirlwind of scandal that surrounded him. Through all of this, Meghan Markle became his anchor. From the moment she entered his life, she saw beyond the titles and rumors. She saw the man behind the headlines, a man burdened by years of speculation and the unfair weight of public judgment. Meghan offered him a safe space to open up, to vent his frustrations, and to process the emotions he had buried for so long. Her unwavering belief in him became a beacon of hope, reminding him that he was more than the sum of the rumors. Yet, even with her support, the pain didn't disappear. It was clear to Harry that the whispers wouldn't end on their own. No amount of silence or avoidance would stop the speculation. To find peace, and to protect his family and his sanity, he had to confront the truth head-on. Despite Meghan's unwavering support, Harry knew there was only one way to end the torment. He had to face the truth head-on. Inside the walls of Buckingham Palace, the rumors about Prince Harry's paternity were like a storm that refused to pass. They lingered, casting shadows over family gatherings, royal duties, and even moments of personal joy. The royal family, known for their composure and united front, found themselves struggling to maintain the facade of normalcy as the whispers grew louder. For Prince Charles, the rumors were a deeply personal wound. His entire role as a father was being questioned, not just by the public, but by Harry himself. The idea that his son could doubt their bond was painful, even if he never openly expressed it. Charles was torn. Should he publicly defend his son and squash the rumors, or should he stay silent, as royal protocol dictated, to avoid feeding the scandal further? His silence, though intended to protect the monarchy, only made the situation more unbearable for Harry. Prince William, ever the dutiful heir, found himself caught between loyalty to his family and the growing tension with his brother. The rumors weren't just an attack on Harry, they were an attack on the entire royal lineage. William struggled with how to respond. Privately, he wanted to stand by Harry, but publicly, his position demanded restraint. Every interaction between the brothers became charged, the weight of the rumors creating a chasm that neither seemed to know how to bridge. For Queen Elizabeth, the rumors were a heartbreaking reminder of the scandals that had plagued the monarchy throughout her reign. She had worked tirelessly to maintain the institution's dignity, and now, this speculation threatened to undo decades of effort. To her, the rumors weren't just about Harry, they symbolized a potential crack in the foundation of the royal family's public image. The Queen's stoic demeanor masked her pain, but those close to her knew how deeply the situation troubled her. Beyond the emotional strain, the royal family's silence created an unintended consequence. It fueled public curiosity and fed the tabloids' appetite for scandal. The lack of denial left room for interpretation, and the media seized the opportunity to paint the monarchy as secretive and distant. Their attempts to ignore the rumors only made them seem complicit in the speculation, further damaging their reputation. The family's internal relationships frayed under the pressure, trust became a rarity, and the divide between public duty and personal loyalty widened. Harry's decision to take a DNA test, while necessary for his peace, sent shockwaves through the family. It wasn't just a quest for truth, it was a challenge to the royal way of handling crises. And yet, even as the royal family reeled from the weight of the rumors, Harry's decision was about to uncover a truth that would leave them all speechless. The decision to undergo a DNA test was one thing, ensuring the process remained confidential was another. For Prince Harry, this was not just about uncovering the truth, it was about protecting his family from even more scrutiny. Every step of the process had to be handled with the utmost discretion. Harry arranged for the test to be conducted at a private clinic under an alias, with only a handful of trusted individuals aware of his plans. Even Meghan wasn't present during the test, as Harry felt this was a journey he needed to take alone. The clinic was small, tucked away on a quiet street, far from the prying eyes of the media. As Harry entered wearing a plain jacket and cap to avoid recognition, the weight of his decision pressed heavily on his shoulders. The receptionist greeted him politely, unaware of the magnitude of the moment. After filling out the necessary forms, Harry was led to a private room where the test would take place. The room was sterile and quiet, with a faint hum from the air conditioning. Harry sat in the chair, his mind racing. Memories of his childhood flooded in, moments of warmth with Charles, whispers of doubt from strangers, and the countless tabloid headlines that had haunted him for years. He couldn't help but wonder, what if everything he believed about his life turned out to be a lie? What would it mean for him, for his children, and for the legacy he hoped to build? The technician entered, breaking his train of thought. "Are you ready, sir?" they asked gently. Harry nodded, his throat dry, as the swab was taken from the inside of his cheek. The entire process lasted mere seconds, but it felt like an eternity. As the technician sealed the sample and left the room, Harry remained seated, staring at the floor. The quietness around him was deafening, yet his mind was anything but still. Days turned into weeks as he waited for the results. Each passing moment was filled with doubt, fear, and hope. Harry kept the test a secret, even from Meghan, choosing to carry the burden alone until he had the answers he sought. At night, he lay awake, staring at the ceiling, torn between wanting the truth and fearing what it might reveal. Finally, the day came. A plain envelope arrived at his private residence, delivered by a trusted courier. Harry held it in his hands, his heart pounding so loudly he could barely think. He retreated to his study, closing the door behind him. The world outside faded away as he sat down at his desk, the envelope before him. His fingers trembled as he ran them along the sealed edge. For a moment, he hesitated. Was he ready for this? Could he handle the truth, no matter what it was? Taking a deep breath, he tore open the envelope, his pulse quickening with every passing second. As Harry opened the envelope, the world seemed to hold its breath. What he saw inside would change everything forever. The moment Prince Harry read the DNA results, everything changed. The test confirmed what many had whispered, but no one dared to openly confront. For Harry, the truth was both a liberation and a burden. The results revealed that his parentage wasn't what he had believed. A revelation that would not only redefine his place in the royal family, but also send shockwaves across the globe. Harry's first response was one of quiet devastation. For years, he had carried the weight of speculation, brushing off the rumors while trying to preserve his dignity and family ties. But now, with irrefutable evidence in his hands, he felt both freed from the lies and chained to the painful truth. This was no longer about proving himself to the world. It was about protecting his wife, his children, and his peace of mind. His decision to sever ties with key members of the royal family came swiftly. To Harry, it was no longer about duty or loyalty to an institution that had failed to shield him from the relentless rumors. He publicly announced his intention to distance himself further from the monarchy, a move that was met with both support and criticism. The announcement shook the royal family, who had been scrambling behind the scenes to manage the fallout. While some family members tried to reach out in private, the divide was clear, and Harry had made up his mind. The media frenzy that followed was unprecedented. Every major outlet covered the story, dissecting every detail of the DNA results and Harry's response. Headlines screamed betrayal and drama, while commentators debated the future of the monarchy in light of Harry's revelations. Social media became a battlefield of opinions, with some praising Harry's courage to face the truth and others accusing him of undermining the royal family's unity. The impact on Harry's reputation was mixed. While many viewed his decision as a bold stand for personal integrity, others saw it as an act of rebellion against centuries of tradition. Yet, for Harry, the opinion of the public mattered less than the peace he sought for his family. His focus shifted to creating a new legacy, one built on honesty and freedom, rather than outdated expectations. For the monarchy, the implications were profound. Harry's revelations and his subsequent actions raised questions about the transparency and relevance of the institution. The royal family, already navigating a shifting cultural landscape, found itself grappling with a new level of scrutiny. Public trust in the monarchy wavered as the truth exposed cracks in the image of unity they had worked so hard to project. As Harry stepped into his new reality, he knew there would be no turning back. The past was a heavy burden, but it was also a lesson, a reminder of what he was willing to fight for. His actions had reshaped his role in history, but the journey was far from over. Prince Harry's story isn't the first time the British royal family has faced scandal. The monarchy's history is peppered with tales of infidelity, betrayal, and controversy, many of which continue to haunt its reputation. Harry's struggle with rumours about his paternity echoes themes that have played out within the royal family for generations, underscoring how history has a way of repeating itself. The most striking parallel lies with Princess Diana, Harry's mother. Diana's life was a whirlwind of media obsession and personal hardship. Her marriage to Prince Charles began as a fairy tale but quickly unraveled under the weight of his well-known affair with Camilla Parker Bowles. The public's sympathy for Diana and disdain for Charles during this time reshaped the narrative around the monarchy, casting it as an institution that failed to protect its most vulnerable members. Diana's vulnerability became a focal point for the press. Her candid admissions about her struggles with mental health and her relationships fueled speculation about her personal life. The rumours of her alleged affair with James Hewitt and the insinuation that he might be Harry's biological father were born out of this tumultuous period. Although Hewitt later clarified the timeline of their relationship, the media had already cemented the story in the public's mind. This fueled a lingering suspicion that Harry, like Diana, was an outsider within the royal family. But these scandals aren't unique to Diana and Harry. Historical whispers of illegitimacy have plagued the monarchy for centuries. King Charles II fathered numerous illegitimate children, and King Edward VIII's abdication for Wallis Simpson left a scar on the institution's legacy. Even more recently, the scandal surrounding Prince Andrew has reignited questions about the royal family's moral standing and its ability to maintain its image in the modern world. These recurring scandals highlight the monarchy's struggle to evolve in an age of increasing transparency. The British public once viewed the royal family as an untouchable symbol of tradition and stability, but each new controversy chips away at that perception. Harry's story, his battle against rumour, and his decision to sever ties with the institution feel like the next chapter in this long history of royal reckoning. And just when it seemed like the past had been laid to rest, a new twist would cast everything into doubt once more. The DNA results, while deeply personal, brought Prince Harry the closure he had sought for so long. The truth, no matter how painful, offered him the chance to reclaim his identity and rewrite his story. For the first time in years, the relentless whispers were silenced, and Harry could finally breathe without the weight of speculation on his shoulders. Rather than allowing the revelations to define him, Harry channeled his energy into building a life rooted in authenticity and purpose. His decision to step away from royal duties wasn't an escape, it was a declaration of independence. Free from the constraints of tradition, he began focusing on what mattered most: his wife Meghan, their children, and a future shaped by their shared values. Harry's experiences ignited a passion for mental health advocacy. Understanding firsthand the toll of public scrutiny and familial pressure, he became a voice for those struggling in silence. Through initiatives like the Invictus Games and his work with mental health charities, Harry found purpose in helping others heal, just as he had begun to heal himself. Away from the palace gates, Harry started to craft a new identity. No longer bound by royal expectations, he embraced a life defined by honesty and resilience. He became an advocate for change, using his platform to challenge outdated norms and inspire others to pursue their truth, no matter the cost. His journey was far from easy, but it was a testament to the power of truth and perseverance. Harry learned that facing the past is the only way to move forward, and in doing so, he created a future where his family could thrive in peace. Prince Harry's journey may have been marked by scandal and pain, but in the end, he emerged stronger, ready to face whatever the future holds.